name's Gabriel Karski and I'm 35 years old.
Where's your areas of pain?
It's in the mid-back, so like where the low back and mid-back join, like right up to the base of my neck. On bad days, it'll work like up through my neck, along my shoulder blades, along my ribs. And also low back, just like, the classic, like for me, right at the bottom where the low back meets the tailbone and a few joints up from that.
And how long you had that pain?
10 years.
And what was it limiting you from doing?
Everything, really. It's like I was worried about leaving my house just because of like pain becoming unmanageable before. Stuff like going out to eat, going to the movies, like really basic stuff that I think most people take for granted was really a struggle, and I'd have to like pre-plan for it. Can't do anything or couldn't do anything around the house myself. Walking for longer than 10 or 20 minutes if I was lucky. Like exercise was really a struggle, and it was starting to like get really bad before I started treatment here too.
Has it affected your income or work?
Fortunately not, because I'm in a job that is like has a strong union and is protected, but I'm very confident without those working conditions I would have lost my job.
Okay. And what have you tried for it in the past?
I feel like everything chiropractic. I've been doing physio exercises either directed by physio or myself, and prescribed by back biomechanical experts for the past 10 years. I've never stopped that. I've had bi-weekly nerve blocks since 2019. I've tinkered with the diet a lot. I'm on like a super low inflammation, like only whole foods, like meat and vegetables kind of diet, that I have like been working on for the past 3 years as well, because that's like a really big part of the equation. I try to make sure I get 7 or 8 hours of sleep a night, just all the things, like everything you can imagine. I meditate daily to like help with the stress control side of the equation, and all that stuff helps, don't get me wrong, but I was still in a bad place even with all that stuff.
And how did you feel after receiving the Arthros VIP treatment plan?
So I'm not even done the treatment plan. I'm through like I've finished 2 rounds of PRP so far, and out of 3, and so far out of those 2 rounds, it's been life-changing. And the biggest thing is my pain levels are just way down. Like I feel better than I feel like I have a right to. It's like mind-blowing how big of a difference it is. I'm even getting to a point where like I don't know if I should consider myself being in chronic pain. And granted, that's still like, I have to manage it. I can't do like exactly whatever I want. I'm still going through the protocol, and there's still healing and strengthening left to be done. But it's also just in terms of like physical ability, like physio has been stupid easy. Like I've felt no post-workout or during workout soreness. And this is like also following the protocol like pretty well to a T. You can't do whatever you want outside of the treatment. I don't want to give you that impression, but within the confines of the protocol, exercise has been really good. I've been exercising more with less breaks. I've been able to leave my ergonomic comfort zone, like just stuff like going out for dinner for an evening and not worrying about like taking my own seat and having like perfect seating accommodations. I went camping earlier this year, and it was just car camping, but that is like a huge step for me. And a big thing is I was worried I was going to miss my brother's wedding, which happened this past Labor Day. He lives in a small town about 3 hours drive away from me, and it turned out to be a 4-hour drive over the Labor Day long weekend. And had to take a couple of breaks over that drive, but guaranteed if I didn't start the treatment beforehand, there's no way I would have been able to go. I wouldn't have been able to take, leaving my house, sleeping on different surfaces, sitting on different surfaces, and the drive. Like all the stress from all those things would have destroyed me. And it wasn't that bad. And just another example, doing stuff around the house, like I might have wrecked myself just from doing something simple like taking and sorting the recycling. And I've been doing that since, the first treatment, since the first few weeks after the first treatment, because again, there's a few week recovery phase after every single round. But yeah, I've just been able to do more stuff around the house, more general living life things. It's been like life-changing.
Awesome. Would you recommend someone with any chronic pain to utilize Authorized VIP method?
Yeah, I honestly couldn't recommend it more. Like for me, like if like, and granted I was at my wit's end. I tried like all the stuff up to that point. I didn't know what else to do. So yeah, definitely if you're like at that stage, what do you have to lose? It's like, I kind of view like health is everything. It like hurting all the time just takes a certain like it's really hard to enjoy life in that context. I've been trying to figure that out for the past 10 years too, and I can't. Like maybe some people do it better than me, but it doesn't have to be like that either. There's treatments that could change that. So yeah, no, it's like I feel like it's given me back quality of life, and I feel like I'm optimistic for the future, and I can't say I felt like that in a really long time.
Thank you very much.